Welcome everybody to the Stallion Day. We really appreciate all the support. So the big boy is rising in age now, but it's often hard for a stallion when his best runner ends up overseas in Singapore Sling, and it's probably something that us breeders and owners are going to have to get used to, and we're going to have to learn how to judge these stallions with a lot of runners overseas as well. When he got a good one, he certainly did get a very good one in Singapore Sling, and we're extremely proud of raising that magnificent horse on this farm. He's still now the sire of 38 stakes horses. I think we're going to see the influence of Philanthropist come through his daughters. He's already the broodmare sire of a listed filly in America and Canada. We really think that is where he will leave his mark. He's still available to use for shareholders and obviously outside breeders. That's the big boy, that's Philanthropist. The next horse we are extremely excited about, for he's going to have his first crop of 2-year-old runners this season. There's no doubt that Futura was a spectacular racehorse. He was a 4-time Group 1 winner, and he's probably by the most commercial sire that's ever been in South Africa dynasty. Lest we not forget that this is one of very few horses that ever won the Queen's Plate and the Met in the same year. He also went on to win the Champions Cup twice. And it's remarkable to think that his Champions Cup win as a 3-year-old was run in a time 4 seconds faster than Rainbow Bridges this year. As I said, Futura's first crop of 2-year-olds are this season, and I wouldn't base upon the 8 that we have here at Drakenstein that we're going to be putting in training, which are all fillies. Some of them have certainly surprised us by their strength, muscle, and a few of them certainly look precocious. His fee for 2019 is 12,000 live foal, and if ever there was a bargain, it's this one.
He's a horse I bought 3 or 4 of his progeny this year, and went to the farms this week in the past week or so, and went to see what they look like, and they've done phenomenally well. We'll have 1 or 2 going on the ready-to-run sale, and he certainly looks to have thrown some quick early horses on the specimens at the sales that we've seen, and he was just a top-class racehorse as well.
This horse is becoming a household name in South Africa. I guess his race record of 4 Group 1 winners and being a champion sprinter is now slightly irrelevant, because as a sire he is really making his mark. There's no doubt that What a Winter is a future champion sire in the making. He's been extremely well supported by breeders. He's never covered less than 100 mares, and he's extremely well syndicated and well supported by breeders, and it's for good reason. He's currently got the highest rated 3-year-old filly in South Africa, a filly called Clouds Unfold, we're extremely proud of, who won the Open Majorca Stakes Group 1 in what was an exceptionally strong contest. He's also the sire of the last 3 Cape of Good Hope nursery winners in Armando, Dutch Phillip and Clouds Unfold. And this year he also went to another level in siring Snow Report, who won the Langerman Stakes. He's once again proving highly popular with breeders. His book is full for 2019, and it's for good reasons. Yearlings have continually sold over R1 million, and this year was no different. Fee for this year is 75,000, and that is What a Winter.
Well, I've only got one huge favourite, and obviously that's What a Winter, simply because of the ties that I've had to him, and obviously his progeny that I've trained that have been really outstanding. I enjoy training them. He looks amazing today. I just said to Gavin and Kevin that every time I see him he looks better and better, and he really looks great this year. He's so beautifully made, and he's got a proven track record out there, and I think he's the type of horse that will, I think, continue to improve if he gets the good mares. I mean, you can see what he's done already, and as I say, they're a pleasure to train, and they've got the most awesome temperaments, much like him.
This for us is an extremely exciting horse. This is a horse that is blessed with 3 important credentials: pedigree, performance and physique. I think we'll all agree that Gold Standard has done extremely well, having been retired to stud. Isn't he just the spitting image of his dad? He's certainly one of the best bred stallions at stud. He's by Trippi, from a wonderful Olympic jewel family. As a winner of the Selangor Stakes in what was surely one of the hottest years in South African racing, he defeated future Cape Guineas winner William Longsword and future Cape Derby winner Edict of Nantes. In the Cape Guineas, he was the fastest finishing, no doubt, and was only beaten a half a length by William Longsword. That day, he would go on to defeat Singapore Sling, as well as a host of other group performers. In the Met as a 3-year-old, he defeated Champion Stakes and July Cup winner Marinaresco, and at 15,000 Rand for this season, we think he's really, really excellent value, and I urge breeders to take a little bit of a risk, but support this horse. I think he'll deliver incredibly good-looking foals. His sire was one of the most commercial sires ever in South Africa, and there's no doubt this good-looking son of Trippi will do the same.
I can't believe how he's just filled out and really matured into what he's going to do. And I've just had a couple of the guys come up to me and say, listen, we never sent him a mare last year. We're definitely going to do it this year because he just looks absolutely amazing.
Last year, we all looked at him and went, oh, horse off the track, let's wait and see. Didn't look like the same horse that walked in today. Definitely shades of his dad in him, so all goes well. Definitely a proposition now.
The magnificent Duke of Marmalade certainly needs no introduction to South African breeders and also European breeders. And what a start to his South African career he's had. Duke is currently the leading sire of 3-year-old stakes winners, 6. He is 3 more than any other active sire currently in South Africa. How could we possibly have asked for a better start to his stallion career? And what's exciting, his second and third crops are even bigger than his first crop. So better things to come for Duke of Marmalade. He's got 3 stakes placed, 2-year-olds already this season. And obviously we'd just like to thank the stakes winners that were bred by Main Chance, Gary and Jackie Jolliffe, Ridgemont Stud, and Fran Cowell. And for all the support that he's got from his shareholders, he really has been supported so beautifully by them over the last 5 years. He did exceptionally well in the sales ring this year, with a yearling filly selling for 3.2 million at CTS. We think he's extremely good value at 50,000 for this season, because surely things are only going to get better and stronger for him, as we've noticed with his progeny, just get better with age.
We've been very lucky. We've got Temple Graffin, and I see she's up for a award in Natal for champion 2-year-old, which is really kind of them. But she's a lovely filly, and as you know, he's already had 3 Oaks winners in South Africa, so that is fantastic for any stallion. And I think they're just going to get better as they get older. We've got a colt that broke the course record and holds course record now at Greyville on the Poly, and I think that this season he's going to be a serious horse. So lots to look forward to.
We're changing things around this year, for it has always been Trippi that has been the final stallion to come out, and it's for good reason. Trippi is still the #1 stallion here at Drakenstein, a firm favourite, one that is leaving his mark, both as a sire and certainly now as a broodmare sire as well. He's a sire this year of Chimichurri Run, a Group 1 sprinter bred off the farm, and he's now the broodmare sire of a Group 1 winner in Gabor. He is a legend here at Drakenstein as a foundation stallion, and we will try to hold on to as many daughters as we possibly can. He's adored here by everybody at Drakenstein. He's obviously only for shareholders' use this year, but we're still confident that Trippi will leave his mark, no doubt. We have some absolutely stunning foals by him, and yearlings still to go into training, so Trippi has not stopped yet. He is still coming, and coming strong.
Trippi, I think, is one of the best-looking horses I've seen in my life. I've never known a stallion to throw a head in the eye like that in my lifetime. We're trying to collect Trippi mares, so I know he's old, but I've got a very, very soft spot for Trippi.
So to the reason we probably all came out here this afternoon, never before will a horse get so much support as this horse is going to get in his first crop. This is Lancaster Bomber, blessed with incredible toughness and durability. Lancaster Bomber is by an emerging sire of sires in Warfront. Sire of already 75 stakes winners, he already has 10 sires at stud. If form is everything to base the sport on, and with a time form rating of 123, this is a colt to mark. He defeated 23 Grade 1 winners in Europe, including the likes of Churchill, the winner of the 2000 Guineas, Blue Point, who will surely be champion sprinter in Europe this year, and Thunder Snow, the winner of the Dubai World Cup twice. He won or placed in 8 Group 1s, including the Dewhurst Stakes at 2, the St James's Palace Stakes, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, the Breeders' Cup Mile, and in won the Tattersalls Gold Cup, in which he defeated Defoe, who went on to win the Coronation Stakes the year after. Lancaster Bomber is extremely well syndicated, and his book is full for 2019. And one just really interesting fact about him, and we almost feel it's a reason for him coming home, is that this is actually the family of Politician, one of the greatest horses ever in South Africa. That is Lancaster Bomber.
Lovely to see Lancaster Bomber for the first time in the flesh. Watched him as a racehorse every single time he ran, basically. Fantastic racehorse and a lovely pedigree and an awesome specimen as well. So always a fantastic group of stallions out here, and they looked in great nick, and very happy. Awesome day.
The horses, all of them, looked fantastic. If I had to pick one out that stood out, I think from last year, I think Gold Standard has matured incredibly nicely. But the horse I'm really excited about is the new chap. Lancaster Bomber, a phenomenal racehorse, and he's my type of horse. To me, he ticks the boxes. I like that kind of classic English thoroughbred, and he comes across as such to me. I'm very excited about him, and it'll be very interesting to see what he produces.
I think the stallions in the environment that it was presented themselves very well. I'd love for everybody to have seen their beautiful coats and their shiny, them looking shiny, but this is the winter in Cape Town and we can't complain about the rain. So we're obviously very grateful for the turnout, the support that all the breeders and owners and trainers show here to come out. It's a cold day, but I think everybody's going to have a good time, and so yeah, very happy, and just obviously a big thanks to all of them.